going to be able to get to it. Grounded to short. Ramos in time to first round number 3, but not before a 5 spot for the Knights. And they take the lead for the first time tonight as we head to the bottom of the second.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 45.
First pitch swinging is Shiru Amiya. He puts this one into right. Oh.
Now batting, the catcher.
All right, the way Ding Dong was playing that at first, I thought it was going to bounce off the wall, but it manages to not touch the wall, and it's caught for a rock back for out number 1. Because you can always tell when something's going to hit the wall because the outfielder starts to play it off the bounce, and it looked like that was exactly what Rockback was going to do as Wahlberger is rung up there. Never can tell with this game sometimes. Always has something up its sleeve. This one's down the line, just foul though. Couldn't quite hit the bag. Ruby Sue 1 for 1 so far. Swing and a miss. A 1-2-3 inning for Chef Franks, and we'll head to the top of the third. Dong, Leathers, and Gibbon due up for the Knights.
Number 33.
Basquet on the mound after a rough second inning. 4 hits, 4 walks, 5 earned runs. That's going to be another walk to Dong. He'll be aboard. Up comes Shaz Leathers. Leathers puts this one into left, and gets down in front of Sardee. So 2 aboard now with nobody out here to start the third inning for the Knights. Brings up Andy Gibbon. Runners going to third, and Wahlberger throws that into left field. And the Knights will easily score another 6-4.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 33.
Still nobody out here in the top of the third. This one is grounded to the league. It looks like he could go to second for 1. He does turn the Dragons special. A good turn by League for the 5-6-3 double play. Runner on third here for Bates. Oh, a decent recovery from Wahlberger, actually. I thought that was going to be another easy run for the Knights.
Now batting, the
Brings up Levi Booth with runners at the corners. Runners going for second. The throw is in time. A runner is knocked down, and we'll head to the bottom of the third. 6-4 in favor of the Knights here. 2-3-4. Do it for the overdrafts.
Number 35. Now batting, the right fielder, number 14.
This one into center, tracking it is Booth. He makes the snag.
Now batting.
Brings up Everett Sardee. He's 1 for 1.
Number 17.
Going for third, and she's in there. KDC is still on second and third. She's 90 feet away for Sardee. He's got himself a full count. Swing and a miss. Chef Franks rings him up there. Franks has battled back after that first inning. Winkler will ground that to Leathers, who knocks it down and gets it to Franks in time for round number 3, and the overdrafts are turned away here in the third. We'll go to the top of the fourth, top of the order, do it for the Knights.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 19.
Leadoff walk issued by Dice K.
The left fielder, number 97.
Grounded to second, Ramos to KDC, to Amia for the Dragon special.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 21.
Oh my gosh, 8 walks from Dice K. That's ridiculous. I remember when we'd see that on a game-to-game appearance for starting pitchers when 3 first came out. Just everybody was walking all the time. It was so bad. I don't think they've put out a patch. I think hopefully this is just a one-off week, 'cause I definitely don't want to go back there. Those were just brutal times.
Now batting,
I say that.
third baseman, number 47.
But just 2 for Chef Franks. One and 2 here to Bush League. It's the power versus lefty straight. But it's not going to be used here as Bush League gets rung up without swinging.
The first baseman, number 45.
Another strikeout for Franks. Whoops. Oh, Shaz Leathers with the unassisted double play. A liner and steps on the bag. And we head to the top of the 5th.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 20.
More walks than hits. Popped up, playable for Amia. Shiru makes the snag one away.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 33.
And a strikeout there for Dice K.
Now batting, the first baseman. Now pitching, number.
And that will do it for Dice K. In comes the new acquisition, Dina Gregory. They shipped off Wanda Cosmo after getting bombarded by the Lumberjacks on day number 1. And she gets the overdraft out of the inning, and we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. 9-1-2 for the overdraft. Still only a 2-run game.
The catcher, number 44.
Grounded to Weist. He's up with it. In time at Leathers for 1.
Now batting, the center fielder.
You know, it's only a 2-run game, like I mentioned, but it feels like it's more than it. Like the overdrafts started off 4-0 up, but then after the Knights put up that 5, it just felt like, okay, well, you know. And the 8 walks, it just feels like... oh, and Ruby Sue gets rung up there. Chet Frank starting to stack up the strikeouts.
Number 35.
2-1 to Katarina. 1 inside, 3-1. And she'll have a 2-out walk.
Now batting, the right fielder, number
Brings up Mookie Astaire. We're at 1-swing baseball here. 1-1 the count. Inside, 2-1. 2-2 now. That's going to be foul. This one's hit hard, but right to rock back. Who's going to get it to first in time? For round number 3, and the side is retired. We'll go to the top of the 6th inning, 6-4 in favor of the Knights, with Gibbon back and Bates due up here.
The designated hitter, number 2.
Gibbon grounds this one, second base side. Dudicato catches up to it and gets it to Amia.
Now batting, the short
Which brings up Rock back.
Number 33.
Popped up. Under it is Gregory. And the former Bomber makes the catch for round number 2.
The catcher, number 13.
She's quite removed from that former Bomber status. She went from Bomber to Retriever to Dragon, and now here in the green and white and black of the overdrafts. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Gregory, and we'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Sardee, Winkler, and Ramos due up for the overdrafts.
Now batting.
Need to get the offense kick-started once again. Haven't done much of anything since that first inning. Has let Chet Franks back into the game, and he is taking advantage of it. 3-0 here to Sardee. And that's going to be a leadoff walk.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number
Which brings
0.
up Daniel Winkler. One and one count to him. Winkler pops this one up into the right side of center field, and it will be Levi Booth making the catch, one away.
Now batting, the short. Now pitching, number 47.
And Chet Frank's day is done. In comes Lacey Fellows, and she gets the next batter to pop up into left center. Rock back will make the snag.
Now batting,
And here's Bush League. And actually, Bush League will get pinched hit for in favor of Jesse Basher. One with a bit more power in the bat, trying to get both those runs here in one swing. Basher will connect with one down into center field. Base hit for her. Puts 2 aboard with 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th for the overdrafts. And here's Shiru Amiya with high pitch. That one gets away from Vinny Bates, and both runners will advance 90 feet. And Shiru get a base hit to tie this game up. This one's hit to dead center field, but right at Levi Booth, who makes an easy catch for round number 3. A hard hit ball, but into straight center field, and we'll head to the top of the 7th.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 19.
Wahlberger will take over third, and Basher will go behind the plate. This one is popped up in the infield. Katarina will make the catch.
Now batting, the
Here's
left
Duke
fielder,
Town.
number 97.
1 for 3 today. He's got a 3-0 count here. That one's called a strike. Count runs full. A bounce back here by Gregory. Whiffer activated for Town. But Gregory can't find the zone, and he will walk.
Now batting.
Brings up Dave Sacred.
Number 21.
Back to Gregory. She'll go for second for one. Ramos to first. Not in time. Sacred able to beat the throw by a step. And the inning will continue here for Kenya East. 0 for 3. Big swing and a miss there for Weast. Two and two the count to Gregory, or from Gregory. In the dirt there. Count runs full for Weast. Swing and a miss! He comes up empty and will go to the bottom of the 7th. Still at a 2-run game. Wahlberger, Sue, and Katarina due up here for the overdrafts. Trying to get some measure of offense across here. Wahlberger almost getting hit there. He's ahead 2-0. 2-1 now. 3-1. Full count. The payoff pitch is spoiled. Swing and a miss! Lacey Fellows comes back with a strikeout of her own. That's going to bring up Ruby Sue. Three and one to Sue. And she fouls that one back. Another full count. But this one will end in a walk for Sue. So the tying run at the plate again for the overdrafts. Here's Katarina Ducateau. 0 for 1 with 2 walks so far today. She fouls that one back, falls behind 0-2. Swings at this one. It's going to fall into foul territory. Outside, 1-2 now. This one's in play into left center. Levi Booth under it, and that's out number 2. And here's Mookie Astaire.
Number 14.
1 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch swinging is Astaire, popped up in foul territory. Under it is Bates, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. And we'll head to the 8th inning, still 6-4 in favor of the Knights. Dina Gregory back on the mound here to face off against Ding Dong to lead things off. 0 for 1 with 2 walks, just a litany of walks here in this one. Ding Dong has drawn 2 of them. Gregory's issued 1. Gregory is locked in, though. The only pitcher, I think, to have gotten locked in here in this game. Into center, Ruby Sue makes a good play for round number 1.
The first baseman, number 25.
Which brings up Shaz Leathers. Leathers chops at the first one foul. Fouls off another 1-2 the count. Puts this one in his own dugout. Count runs full. Spoils that pitch. This one into left. Sardee has a good read on it. 2 away.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 2.
And here's Andy Gibbon. He falls behind immediately, 0-2. That curveball too low. Swung on into center field, a 2-out single for Gibbon. And we play on here in the top of the 8th.
Now batting, the shortstop.
Rock back up 1 for 3, a single, 2 RBIs. Some decent speed. He's going. Ball was in the dirt. No throw from Basher. She has not much of an arm. This one gets by Gregory. Ducateau backs her up, though. Gets to the first in time for round number 3, and we'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Darty, Winkler, and Ramos. Still only a 2-run game here in the late stages of game number 3.
Number 17.
Darty leads things off with a single up the middle. So once again, the overdrafts will bring the tying run to the plate.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 0.
This one is popped up into right center. And Ding Dong will make the snag, one away.
Now batting, the shortstop, number
Brings up Carlos Ramos. He had the 3-run home run that put the overdrafts up 4-0. It seems a lifetime ago. Can he come up with another clutch home run here to put the overdrafts in a tied situation? 1-2 to Ramos. Puts that one by, 2-2. Curveball swung on, popped up. This one in shallow left center. Rock back will make a way back there to make the catch for out number 2. And here is Jesse Basher.
number 15.
She take the first pitch strike on the 2-seamer. That one's low, 1-1. Inside, 2-1. 3-1 now to Basher. Basher swings on that one. Weiss knocks it down. The throw will be in plenty of time for out number 3. And we'll head to the 9th frame. It's still 6-4 here. Bates, Booth, and Duketown up for the Knights.
Now batting, the catcher,
Bates
number
tints
39,
0 for 2.
pitching,
Gregory pitched her all, only gave up a hit and a walk through 3 1/3. And the ball is given over to Chad Chaddington. Pops this one up. Will it stay in play? It will not. Just finds the netting. 0-2 to Bates, and he looks at strike 3 at the bottom of the zone.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 19.
That brings up Levi Booth now. Booth, first pitch swing, grounds it to Ducoteau, and she flips it to Amia in time for out number 2.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 97.
And another grounded to Ducoteau for out number 3, and we'll head to the final stage of this game. Overdrafts need 2 to tie, 3 to win, have 8-9-1 due up here.
The first baseman, number 45.
Lacey Fells locked in, has been solid in relief. 2 2/3, only getting 3 base runners. Oh, Amia puts this one into left, and it's a 1-run game. A liner into left, and it's 6-5.
Now batting, the third. Now pitching.
And that will be it for Fellows. In comes Noel Newman. And Wahlberger will bloop this one into center field. He's aboard. And the overdrafts are bringing the winning run to the plate here in Ruby Sue.
Now batting, the
Will they leave her in the game? They will.
number 4.
1-1 the count to Sue. That runs inside, 2-1. 3-1 now. That one just finds his own. The count is full. Strike 3 called. Ruby Sue is frozen.
Now batting, the
One away here, and it's Katerina Ducoteau. 0 for 2 with 2 walks. First pitch swing, she pops it up into left. Shallow left, and it will be Rockback who makes the catch for out number 2. Overdrafts down to their final out, and it will be Mookie Astaire.
the right feet. Now base running.
Wahlberger will get pulled in favor of Libby Sickley, who will be running the bases. Getting a faster pair of legs out there. Wonder if they'll try to steal here, get her in scoring position. With Bates tints, he has almost no arm. There she goes. The throw is not in time, so she's in scoring position here for Astaire with a 3-1 count. He takes a strike on the slider, full count. The pitch inside, and he will be aboard. Tying run 180 feet away. The winning run at first, 270 feet away. Sardi up to the plate, 2 for 3. He swings at the first pitch. It's knocked down by Wiest. He won't get the throw off in time. The bases are loaded here for Daniel Winkler. The pressure is all the way up. The bases are loaded. Winkler 0 for 4, and it will be 0 for 5 as he grounds it to Leathers, who takes it himself for out number 3, and the Knights survive. Knights take this one 6-5. Get out hit by the Overdrafts, but it does not matter. Andy Gibbon, the multi-hit game for the Knights. Knights do draw 9 walks in this one. 7 strikeouts for the Overdrafts, 3 from Sue. Home runs from Amia and Ramos. It's already 3 for 4. Franks gets the win, 4 earned through 5 1/3. Fellows with a good outing in relief, and Newman closing the door at the very end. Dice K, very shaky, 8 walks issued with 5 earned through 4 2/3. But good outings in relief from Gregory and Chaddington. Ramos will get your MVP honors, followed by Levi Booth and Everett Sardee. And here we go into the game of the night, High Rollers and Wildcats. Let's see, Wildcats are the home team. We're finishing off in Tiger Den for the last 2 games. Wildcats, it's a rough season so far. 1-6 coming into this game. And the High Rollers, I want to say, are 3-4. Yes, so game number 8 for them. And their number 4 will be Bobby Farmhand. Oh, I almost did this yesterday. I've got to fix that. High Rollers, Piston Omen, Wooly, Range, Becky Foe, Ollie, Turnpike, Uptown, Evans, Longstop, Bobby Farmhand. Good. Majors for the Wildcats. This is game number 8, so they're to their 4, which is Bodan. So we're in for an interesting pitching matchup here. Both teams playing game number 8, number 4 in the rotation. Bodan stashed all the way back here in the number 4 spot for the Wildcats. Both teams coming into this game suffering their most recent loss from the hands of the Bombers. See who can bounce back here. Wildcats desperate for a win to try and turn their season around. But High Rollers trying not to far too much further behind the Bombers, and with the Unicorns winning today, trying to keep pace with them, as the Unicorns actually will jump them to 4-2, at least right now, pending the results of this game. So here we go, implications for both teams, and Piston Omen will start things off with a base hit up the middle.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 3.
2-6-5 games. I just now realized that. Inside. 2-2 here to Wally Woolley. Wally Woolley will pop this one up. Bailey Smith behind the plate. She will make the catch for number 1, which brings up Max Range.
Number 89.
Max Range puts this one through the right side of the infield. He's aboard with a base hit, puts 2 aboard here to start the first inning, which brings up Becky Foe.
Number 4.
1-1. And Foe puts this one into right, and that one is gone. High roller strike first with a 3-run shot from Becky Foe. An absolute laser into right field, 4-17.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 40.
Round out there from Blind Ollie brings up Big Turnpike.
Number 20.
Becky Foe, the third home run of the season for Foe. Let's get high rollers and Wildcats there. That's a walk given up by Turnpike, and the inning will continue. Bringing up Arcane Uptown.
Number 57.
Tense already for Bo Dan starting off the game. Bo Dan already up to 25 pitches here in the first inning, but rings up Arcane Uptown to bring a close to the first frame. But not before a 3-run shot by Becky Foe brings the high rollers on top here early.
Now batting, the second
The offense has not been here for the Wildcats this season. It's been a struggle in a lot of ways for them. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses. They've been walked off twice, I believe, and have 2 other 1-run losses against them this season.
Now batting, the left fielder.
First up brings up Chico Island. Oh, and 2 to Island. Island will ground this one to Woolley in time for first for out number 2.
Now batting, the third baseman.
Here's Rustin Baldwin.
30.
Nope, inside. Nope, low. Nope, outside.
3-1 to Baldwin. That one's in there, full count. Swings that ball 4, grounds it to third. Ollie up with it, lasers it to first in time for round number 3, and we'll head to the top of the second. G. Baby Evans, Alex Longstop, and Piston Omen due up here for the high rollers.
The right fielder, number 1.
Ball, high. Foul.
1-1 the count to Evans.
Off the plate.
That's a grounder to Fury. Plenty of time to get it to Sluggington, 1 away.
Now batting, the left
Alex
fielder,
Longstop,
number
the
25.
leader in RBIs on this high roller squad, at least coming into this week, has 11 RBIs, hitting 8 for 21 this season. Also scored 7 runs of his own, 2 home runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. Rounds this one to third, though. Baldwin up with it in time for round number 2.
Now batting, the
And bring us back to the top of the order, and
number
Piston Omen,
27.
1 for 1 on the day. Started things hot against the Bombers last night. Led things off with a home run to dead center field off Cassiopeia.
That's low.
He's got a 2-2 count here against Bo Dan.
Foul ball.
Swing and a miss. Bo Dan rings him up there, and we'll head to the bottom of the second.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 5.
Nope, that's low. Nope, that's high.
This one's hit into left. It's going to be off the top of the padding in left. Longstop plays it well. It's only a single, but a solid start to the inning for the Wildcats, which brings up Bash Sluggington.
Number 25.
Sluggington puts this through the right side of the infield, and that's going to be good for a base hit. 2 aboard to start off the home half of the second for the Wildcats. And that brings up Bobby Jimbo, who will have RBI man active.
Number 7.
That's outside. Foul ball.
That one is fouled off. 1-1 here to Jimbo. Whoa, bit of a graphical glitch. This is going to be a bomber special down into right. Runner's going around third, head from home. G-Baby Evans has himself an arm, and the throw is in time.
Now batting.
An unnecessary send
Fielder. Number
for the Wildcats, and a runner is gunned down at home. Could have had the bases loaded there, but instead
No. Safe.
it's an out at home, and then Rig Porter softly lines out to third for out number 2, and it's up to Alan Hiker.
22.
Strike.
Swing and a miss there. 0-2 to Hiker. And he will pop this one up. Max range is under it. And it's caught for out number 3. And that is the epitome of the Wildcat season right there. Have plenty of opportunities, but just managed to get nothing out of them time after time after time.
Number 3.
I mean, that is the Wildcat season in a nutshell.
That's
And it's so bizarre. This team has some good hitters.
ball out.
Granted, they're older, but they're still passable. Like, I mean, they're fine, honestly. And it's always that. And Wally Woolley into the second deck, and it's 4-0. Blaze it, Wally Woolley, 420 feet.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Um,
Number 89.
Yeah, I guess so. But honestly, it's even worse than that. I mean, at least the Lumberjacks,
Foul ball.
like, they forced they forced like a play-in game for the playoffs. It's just so bad for the Wildcats.
The designated hitter, number 4. Now batting, the third baseman.
And honestly, like,
number 40.
you know, if this score holds on, I mean, still plenty of baseball left. I mean, I wouldn't be really surprised if we saw Aggie send down, like, Bash Sluggington, maybe even, like, Bobby Jimbo. A few, like, of the young pieces he does have up here in the majors, and just let him farm in the minors. I mean, the season's lost if you fall to 1-7, if we're being blatantly honest.
Ball high. Ball.
They do have a good minors squad, and they have some excellent pitching on that team. 2 high draft picks, 2 first-round, top 10 draft picks, I think, actually,
Out.
on that farm system. So Wildcats should be able to bounce back, but just definitely a frustrating season. Just everything seemed to bounce the wrong way for this team.
Out.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 11.
Strike.
Popped up. That will be caught by Vic Turnpike for round number 2.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 28.
Foul ball. That's foul.
Quick 2 outs here for Farmhand,
That's foul.
facing off against Chico Island again.
That's down.
As we go through the second time around of the lineup.
Slow.
This one is into center field. Under it will be Piston Omen. He'll make the catch for round number 3. To the top of the 4th we go, 4-0 in favor of the High Rollers. We got Uptown, G-Baby Evans, and Longstop due up for the High Rollers.
Number 57. Now batting, the right fielder, number 1.
Leadoff single brings up G. Baby Evans. Bodine been tense for just about the duration of this game. Might get out of it here with a Dragon special. A good turn. He will get a mojo boost.
The left fielder, number 25.
But does get one hit under him for a 2-out single. Right back down he goes.
Now batting,
Facing
the
off
center
against the top of the
fielder,
order once again here
number
for Piston
27.
Omen.
Off the plate.
Piston Omen to third. Baldwin's able to snag it, get it to first in time for round number 3. To the bottom of the 4th we go. Baldwin, Nee, and Sluggington due up here for the Wildcats.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 30.
You're out.
Of all the hitters on this
Now
team,
batting, the
Elder,
shortstop,
and
number
you might have a rough idea of their stats and whatnot. Who would you think is leading the Wildcats in home runs? Which individual player would you think would be leading the Wildcats in home runs? And actually, this player is leading both teams in home runs. This player has 3 home runs, at least coming into this week. Doesn't include what the High Rollers did against me, but only Piston Omen had the home run, so still holds. So there's one player eliminated.
Nope. Inside.
Run aboard here for Bash Sluggington.
Ball. High.
3-1.
Take your base.
And that'll be a walk for Sluggington, so the Wildcats in business here for Bobby Jimbo. Another opportunity for him. He was successful the last time up, but had the runner try to go home and got gunned by G. Baby Evans.
Off the plate.
You would be correct, Elder. Jimbo just gets that one to go, just misses that one foul. 2-2 the count here. Fouls off another. Oh, Jimbo is fouling these things all over the place. That one was a good hit, but well, foul. He hits this one high into right, but got way under that one, and G. Baby Evans will come up with that one for round number 2. Runners trying to go for third will be successful. That's going to put runners at the corners for Rig Porter.
Number 3.
Ball. Inside.
1-2 the count to him. Rounded to third. Ollie will be up with it. The throw is in time for round number 3, and the Wildcats are turned away once again, and we'll head to the top of the 5th. Elder, you are correct. It is Bailey Smith. She has 3 home runs.
The second baseman, number 3.
Nope. That's high.
Actually, no other Wildcat, it looks like, has more than 2. Whitney has 1.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 89.
Oh, Rick Porter has 2. But that's the only other Wildcat
Now batting, the designated
with
hitter,
more than
number
1
4.
home run. Bailey Smith and Rick Porter. I just missed that double play. What happened?
That's outside. Foul ball. Ball. High. Strike.
Drop third strike on Becky Foe, but Smith gets it to first in time for round number 3, and we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Still 4-0 in favor of the High Rollers. 8-9-1 due it for the Wildcats.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Here's Alan
number
Hiker
22.
coming into this game. 5 for 25 this season. And Hiker will get one up the middle for a leadoff single. Mojo down for Farmhand.
Now batting, the catcher, number
No longer locked in 5 hits and a walk for Farmhand over 4 innings. This one's hard hitting to right, but right to G Baby Evans for out number 1. Which brings us back to the top in Emmett Fury. Fury hitting 6 for 29 this season and gets that one just under the glove of Wally William. That's going to go into the gap. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Piston Omen couldn't quite catch up to it. Hiker was the man on base. He doesn't have a whole lot of speed, so he can only advance to third. A double for Emmett Fury has 2 in scoring position here for Chico Island. Another opportunity for the Wildcats. 3rd time. Can it be the charm for them? 2-1 to Island. Island laces one down the third baseline, and that should clear the bases to make it a 4-2 ball game. The Wildcats finally come through with a base hit with runners in scoring position, and they cash in 2 to cut the lead in half. A clutch hit for Chico Island. Doubles his RBI output for the season. He's up to 4. Here's Rustin Baldwin. Runner going, hit and run was on. This one's into left. Alex Longstop will charge in to make the catch for out number 2. Runner retreats back to first here, and comes Whitney. Whitney hitting 8 for 25 on the season. I'll say he's the hit leader for the moment without a thorough investigation of the stat sheet. And Whitney puts another one into the gap. This one's going to roll all the way to the wall again. Piston Omen can't cut it off, and that's going to bring home another run for the Wildcats. The lead is now 1.
Now batting, the first base. Now pitching.
And that will do it for Farmhand. In comes Raul Gillette.
Nope, that's high.
Wildcats with 3 in this inning, and another runner in scoring position here for Bash Sluggington.
That's down. Ball high. Take your base.
And Bash Sluggington will draw a walk to put 2 aboard here for Bobby Jimbo with RBI man active.
Number 7.
A big opportunity for the Wildcats and Jimbo here. Try and tie things up here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
That's low.
A 3-1 count here to Jimbo.
Foul ball.
Jimbo will foul that one off. That might have been ball 4. It's a full count instead. The payoff pitch, runner's going, is fouled off. We'll do it again. Pitch is tall, ball 4, and Jimbo will walk, and that will load the bases for Rick Porter.
The right.
Rick Porter hit a grand slam off Robin Ryan back in week 3. Can he come up for his team here in the clutch again?
Low.
0 for 2 today so far. Popped up. Will it stay in play?
That's foul.
It will be foul. He lives to see another pitch, a 2-1 count. That one's inside corner, 2-2.
Foul ball.
Fouls off, staying alive.
Ball.
That one's tall, bases loaded, count is full, pressure is high. And strike 3 called! Raul Gillette rings up Rick Porter, and the High Rollers stay in the lead 4-3 heading to the top of the 6th inning.
The third baseman, number 40.
Inside.
Wildcats did chase the starter, while Bo Dan has bounced back somewhat nicely here. It's this one to pop up to Whitney for round number 1.
Now batting, the shortstop, number
Here's Vic
20.
Turnpike. Vic Turnpike will put this one into left. That one's caught by Island, 2 away.
Now batting, the catcher, number 57.
Nope, that's high. Inside. Ball high.
3-0 to Arcane Uptown. Dan finds the inside corner,
Nope, ball.
but misses there, and it will be a walk
Now batting,
to bring up
the
Jarius
right
G.
fielder,
Baby Evans,
number
0 for
1.
2 intense. Obviously off the first pitch called strike. That slider's in the dirt.
Foul.
Fouls that one off, 1-2 to Evans.
Ball high.
Tall, 2-2. Oh, strike three call. I thought that one was a bit wide, but the umpire rings him up, and we head to the bottom of the sixth.
Now batting,
Hiker, Smith, and Fury do up for the Wildcats here, trailing only by one, facing Raul Gillette. Hiker puts a charge in this one, but right to Evans.
now batting.
Here's Bailey Smith, 0 for 2 so far.
Number 2.
One's way outside in the next batter's box.
That's low.
2-0 to start off the count for Smith. She
Foul ball.
swings that one, fouls it off, 2-1.
Nope, that's high.
Tall, 3-1.
Take
And that one's going to run inside, and Bailey Smith will draw a walk. And that brings us back to the top of the order. Here's Emmett Fury.
Number 11.
Steve.
Fury doubled his last time up.
Nope.
Got that rally started for the Wildcats last inning. Can he
Nope. Inside.
kickstart this offense once again? Swings at this one. This one might be trouble. G. Baby Evans closes on it nicely for out number 2.
Now batting.
And that's going to bring up Chico Island, 1 for 3.
Number 28.
Had a single down the third base line that brought 2 runs home for the Wildcats last inning.
Off the plate.
Trying to continue the bottom of the 6th for the Wildcats here with a runner aboard. He's got a 3-0 count from Gillette.
Ball.
And that'll be ball 4. Gillette with his fourth walk issued so far in relief of Bobby Farmhand. And Bailey Smith will get pulled for Walter Hobbs. That's going to be an interesting development as we get into the later stages of this game. See how that affects the Wildcats defensively, trying to get that run and tie this game up. Baldwin with a hit into center field. Back at the wall is Ullman, and that one is gone! Rustin Baldwin with a 3-run shot into center field, and the Wildcats take the lead 6-4. Rustin Baldwin with the clutch 2-out, 3-run home run. His first home run of the season, and the Wildcats have the lead for the first time tonight. And Whitney puts this one into right. At the wall is Evans, and that one is gone. Back-to-back home runs for the Wildcats. Their short porch in right puts another one on the board for the Wildcats. 7-4 now.
Now batting. The first baseman. Now pitching. Number
And that will do it
19.
for Gillette. In comes Walter Milan. Surprised we don't see Tipsy Reynolds coming in.
That's off the plate. Ball high. Ball 4, take your base.
And that will be a lead off. That'll be a walk to the first batter. Walter Milan faces.
Number
That brings up Bobby Jimbo. Jimbo with a charge into right, but Evans will make the catch for out number 3, but the Wildcats put up 4 and take the lead going into the back third of this one. Top of the 7th we go. Long stop, Oman and Woolley do up for the High Rollers.
Now pitching.
And Bo Dan's night is done. They'll give the ball over to Hal Oldman, and Matthias Ritchie will take over catching. Let's take a look at Hal Oldman's stats as he gets long stop to pop up. Hal Oldman actually hasn't pitched this much at all this season, but and the one outing he had, it seems 4 earned through 1 1/3. Give it 4 hits, a walk, 1 strikeout, 2 home runs. So not a great season so far for Ullman. See if he can bounce back here. 3-1 the count to Piston Ullman. Ullman puts a charge, grounder to Whitney. He dies to stop it. The throw in time. A great defensive play by Whitney at short to put 2 away. And here's Wally Woolley, 2 for 3 so far. This is a grounder to Baldwin. He's up with it. That's in time for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for Oldman, and we'll head to the home half of the 7th with Rick Porter, Alan Hiker, and Matthias Ritchie to up here.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 3.
That's foul.
Rick Porter fouls that one back.
Inside.
Grounder to second. Woolley up with it. To first for out number 1.
Now batting.
Here's Hiker.
The designated hitter, number 22.
Nope, that's high. Foul. Steve.
1-2 the count here to Hiker. Breaks his bat swing. That one a slow grounder to Woolley, but he'll have plenty of time for out number 2.
Now batting, the catcher, number 57.
And another grounder to Woolley. All 3 outs go to Woolley, and we'll head to the top of the 8th. Still 7-4 in favor of the Wildcats. We got Range Foe and Ollie do up here.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 89.
Max Range pops this one into the stands.
Out. That's down.
1-1 to him.
Nope, that's high. That's down. Take your base.
Oldman will eventually lose Max Range. He'll take a walk.
Now batting,
And that will bring up Becky Foe.
number 4.
3-run home run on her stat sheet today.
No.
High Rollers haven't really done much since that home run either. Apart from Wally Woolley hitting a solo shot a couple innings later.
That's ball 4.
Back-to-back walks, though, issued by Oldman. Have 2 on, only 1 out here for Blind Ollie.
Number 40.
Oh, nobody out here in the top of the 8th, even worse. And Blind Ollie just tied it up at 7. You can't give the High Rollers free passes because that's what they'll do with them. They'll cash them in. And we've got a 7-7 ball game.
Now batting, the shortstop. Now.
Every one of these hitters are dangerous for the High Rollers. Everyone has the potential of going yard. Abel Mars comes in and gets Vic Turnpike to ground out to him.
57.
So the High Rollers are living and dying via the long ball.
He's out.
All 7 of their runs coming off of home runs, 2 3-run shots, and a solo shot in this game. G. Baby Evans is going to get pulled in favor of Mary Stone. Mary Stone
Ball.
with a plate appearance here now. We have 2 out here in the top of the 8th.
Ball high. Ball high.
She has a 3-1 count,
Ball 4.
and Mars will end up walking her.
Now
She
batting,
seems
the
rather
right
nonplussed
fielder,
after trying that walk.
number 25.
And here's number 9 hitter Alex Longstop.
That's inside.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy part for dingers, no doubt about that. Runners going, the throw from behind the plate is not in time. They don't even probably try stealing there if that's still Bailey Smith, but now it's Matthias Ritchie.
Ball 4.
And another walk from Mars puts another 2 runners aboard and back to the top. The order Piston Omen.
27.
Are the High Rollers about to make it 3 3-run home runs in this game?
Inside. Nope, that's high.
A 3-0 count to Omen. Wildcats pitchers having a tough time finding the zone, and the bases will be loaded via the walk, and here is Wally Woolley.
Number 3.
He's already got 1 tonight, as well as a single. Mars offers him up a first pitch called strike. This one's into left. It's a floater, but Chico Island's able to make the catch for out number 3. But the High Rollers tie things up thanks to the 3-run shot from Blind Ollie, 7-7 as we enter the bottom of the 8th inning.
Number 11.
Mary Stone will take over in right. Top of the order here for the Wildcats. Fury 1 for 4 with the double.
Off the plate. Ball high.
3-1 to Fury. Fury hits this one up the middle. Wally Woolley's able to get it. The throw will be in time. A good play from Wally Woolley.
The left fielder, number 28.
That brings up Chico Island. 1 for 3, a single walk and 2 RBIs. Chico Island is going to put this one just in front of Alex Longstop, and he'll be aboard.
Now batting.
And here's Rustin Baldwin. Put the Wildcats on top earlier in the game. Runners going, hit and run was on. And he's thrown out at second. Baldwin came up empty swinging. It was an easy throw out for Arcane Uptown. And strike 3 called, and Baldwin's caught looking. And just like that, we head to the top of the 9th. Still tied at 7 apiece. Range, Foe, and Ollie do it for the High Rollers.
The first baseman, number 89.
Ball inside. Ball high. Foul ball. Nope, outside.
Full count here to Max Range to start off the top of the 9th, and he will single this one up the middle.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 4.
That's going to bring up Becky Foe.
Ball low.
1-1 the count to her. Pressure is all the way up here for the 9th inning. And a tied 7-7 ball game, 1-2 to Foe.
Off the plate.
Doesn't chase outside, 2-2. But will chase there and come up empty, and she gets rung up there.
Now
One away here, and here comes Blind Ollie.
Number 40.
That's outside. Inside.
2-1 to Blind Ollie. 1 for 4. A 3-run home run.
Ball 4.
And he will end up walking.
Now batting.
And here's Vic Turnpike, 0 for 3.
Foul ball.
First pitch swinging, fouls it off.
Ball high.
Vic Turnpike line shot to Fury, who snags it for out number 2.
Now batting, the catcher, number 57.
And that brings up Arcane Uptown, 1 for 3. Swing and a miss there. Called strike at the bottom of the zone, 0-2. Pops it up. This one will just trickle into the stands. She'll stay alive. She fouls another one off. Over her own dugout, remains an 0-2 count. Pitch from Mars. It's popped up into center field. Bobby Jimbo ranging his way over there under it. He'll make the catch for round number 3. So it remains 7-7 as we go into the bottom of the 9th. The Wildcats looking to do some walking off of their own. Have the heart of the order do up here. 4 for 4, Whitney. A home run, a double, and 2 singles.
Ball high.
Technically a triple away from the cycle, but I don't think you're hitting a triple. Oh, but Whitney, and just walked it off. It's gone. Whitney walks it off for the Wildcats into right center field, 407 feet. And the Wildcats have upset the High Rollers here in Game 4 of Week 5 of Day 3. I said that completely wrong, but you get the picture. Whitney goes 5 for 5 with 2 home runs. As the Wildcats are able to get some retribution on their luck so far this season and walk off the High Rollers. Whitney 5 for 5, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. I didn't even notice he was having that kind of a night. Baldwin also with a home run. 6 home runs between these two teams. Part of the order there for the High Rollers. Look at that. 2 for 5, 2 for 4, 2 for 4 home runs there. Ollie also getting on the board. Walter Malone will get the loss. We never see Tipsy Reynolds in this game. Very surprising. Farmhand only going 4 2/3, 3 earned runs. Bo Dan should get a lot of credit. Had a rough couple innings there early on, but bounced back and through. That's a quality start, isn't it? 4 or fewer, right? I think. Is it 4 or fewer or 3 or fewer? 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Hal Oldman got into some trouble, tied the game up, allowed the game to get tied up. But Mars, despite giving up 4 walks, does get the win. MVP Whitney, without a doubt, followed by Becky Foe and Blind Ollie. 3 and 6. Okay, so it wasn't a quality start, but still bounced back really nicely and deserves a big piece of credit in allowing the Wildcats to stay in that game and getting that walk-off win. Well, thank you for tuning in to the conclusion of Week 5. A very interesting day indeed. We see the Cyclones take one from the Stingers, Unicorns stun on the Angels, Knights squeak by the Overdrafts, and the Wildcats walk off the High Rollers. We'll bring out Week 5 of the Minors here soon. We'll get that recorded, and hopefully we can scrap up the Griffins team. I may just have to make a stopgap one so we can just get those games out there into the open so we can do stats and progression and all that jazz. But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for being patient with how our schedules have been over the past week or two. Thank you all for this league. It's been fun, and we've still got a whole half of season baseball left, and we've got a lot of baseball yet to play and a lot of craziness yet to happen. But this is Chicken Sandwich signing off. I'll see you guys next time.